Okay, May 22nd. 1964, President Lyndon Johnson gives a speech at the University of Michigan. This was the commencement address. And in that, he says, and I'm going to read the lines, he says, "We're going to assemble the best thought and broadest knowledge from all over the world to find these answers. I intend to establish working groups to prepare a series of conferences and meetings on the cities, on natural beauty, on the quality of education, and other emerging challenges. From these studies, we will begin to set our course toward the Great Society." And it's that last phrase, the Great Society, that was really the pinnacle of what he was trying to do. And so he was kind of following on the example of FDR in terms of trying to push through as much as he could. Partly he was playing on, I shouldn't say playing on, but he was the death of John F. Kennedy. And these are a lot of these things that he tried to do in 1964, 65 were things that Kennedy had wanted to do before he was assassinated. But the initiatives were wide-ranging. I mean, they were civil rights bills, voting rights bills. He launched a war on poverty, on what kind of programs we could put in place to help bring people out of poverty. Education bills, health, Medicare, Medicaid came out of this great society pushed by Lyndon Johnson. There's some welfare initiatives, the creation of the National Endowment for the Arts, public broadcasting, right? PBS, NPR kind of came out of this great society. Transportation, the environment, there were all these initiatives that kind of came out of this big push. The difference between Johnson and FDR was FDR did this in a period of economic disaster, right? It was during the Depression. He was trying to pull the country out of depression. 1964, the country was doing really well. So what Johnson was saying was, we have all this wealth in the country now. We need to be sharing the wealth. Kennedy and Johnson pushed through some tax cuts, which essentially doubled the average income of Americans in 10 years. So from $4,000 a year to $8,000 a year. So it was a prosperous country, and Johnson felt like now was the time to launch some of these things to make sure that everybody not only was benefiting from the prosperity, but that also we were expanding, through, again, taking care of the elderly and expanding the arts. So that's what I have for today. 1964, Lyndon Johnson launches his Great Society initiative. I'll see you tomorrow.